Hello YouTube family and friends, welcome to my channel. I'm your host Kyra Pierce and this is Just Saying. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, support the channel. Jesus is Lord, Jesus is King. I'm thankful and grateful for another day. Check out this video and check out what the pastor said. That's the reason why thinking outside the box, meditating, and fasting is very, very important, people.
That they won't know what to do with themselves when that truth reveals itself. We would ask you to hold tight in your compassion and your empathy for yourselves and for the all as this process unravels itself.
See, the game is the pastor has to keep you low. He's going to continue to preach to your pain, because if you ever get over what it is that you're dealing with, then you're not going to need those sermons. And so what is it that the average person is dealing with? They're dealing with financial struggle, some type of healing that they need, sickness in their body. Usually when you find poverty, you're going to find poor eating, dietary habits. So you're going to find sickness and disease.
Hey,
and then you're going to find dysfunction in the home.
Facts,
so they use
facts.
all of that as a way to speak to them. So they speak directly to that and say, God knows about it. It was all part of his plan. And just keep coming back, and he's about to do it for you. Oh yes, but let's not forget the most.
Why you think the government sat down with the people of the church? Why you think they trying to put one religion under all in one church?
If you have a need,
think about this. The government, think about the government, what they really truly doing.
He tells you to sow a seed. So you lose and he wins 360 degrees. Ooh, that's cool.
Think about it. I remember when all the pastors and stuff had a meeting with the government so they can.
And I'm just doing a reaction to these videos.
Like, something's coming that's going to change everything.
For educational purposes
things
only.
are aligning in a certain way. Like I'm saying, you don't have to believe it, but I feel like something big is upon us.
It is.
And it's been happening for a while. And we've been getting more and more and more and more and more information on these things. And they have to, I get why they have to roll it out kind of slow. Is because so many people, just like we hit on in the beginning of the video, so many people are just going with the flock.
They are.
You were born into this thing and they told you who you need to be. They told you what jobs you need to have.
You said it best.
They showed you what you need to learn. And for the people that step outside the box and do something different, have y'all noticed that most of the millionaires, billionaires, and stuff like that didn't even finish, like a lot of them didn't even finish high school. They decided, I'm not telling y'all don't go to school, but they did something different. That is my message. They did something different that aligned with them, that didn't align with what they were taught with the program. And it's been many people that try to talk them out of doing what they wanted to do with themselves. And they became successful in their own right because they followed who they were as a person, their passion, everything, their internal being, their internal message, their aura.
That's why people are so
controlled by themselves. They had an energy
stressed
bubble
out,
around themselves,
depressed,
where your inside, your outside thoughts
chaotic
cannot
days
affect their mission and what they were doing. And we're all a little bit different, but most people follow the flock. And you're afraid, and especially when something comes up about something that is an opposing thought of what you were taught, they freak out. And that's AKA a part of the matrix, like that agent thing. They're just trying to hold you back, AKA NPCs. They can be easily controlled by that outside power that is feeding off of us, that's feeding off of all of our energy. But people are breaking away in massive groups right now from these attachments, from these things that perpetuate fear. And that's all it is. People are afraid to break away from what they've been taught. And they have to slowly roll this out because people will freak out, man. They spent their whole lives believing in a certain thing. And you have to understand there's entities, there's beings that feed off of your negative fear, your negative thoughts, all of these things.
Don't be a follower, be a leader.
Oh, over 300 people in Coachella Valley reported hearing voices in their head, but this felt more like a takeover. Tell me more.
Oh, great. Now everybody's finally ready to pay attention to what's going on. Well, here's the original experimentation in Russia where they were using a Faraday cage to develop something called biological radio communication, where they were attempting to put messages in somebody's mind, and they were using this, the first voice-to-skull transmitter, and all of this was being done in 1926. I know y'all have
seen Disclosure Day, how she was They've been working on this. Come on now.
No idea that this technology.
This
was being
technology
developed
is
that far
old.
back. But here's the original diagram.
A lot in this
how
world
they
is
thought a human
old.
nervous system could be used as a
There's
transmitter
nothing
and a
new up under the
receiver.
sun.
I've tried to teach you all about this for the last 5 years, largely falling onto deaf ears. Hell, we've even republished original books on this technology development. But I can't distill all of this knowledge down into a 30-second soundbite that y'all will pay attention to and that won't get shadow banned. These ideas and technologies have been in development for over 170 years. And I know that's not the story.
Why the
you get
government
from the
have to lie?
mainstream
Why
or
they're
from
not
the
teaching this in
telepathy tapes or from
school?
the
Why you're not
podcasters
learning
or
this in
whoever just
church?
wants to yap at you, but this is the truth.
How's your phone work? Your cell phone, tell me how it works. This was the other bitchiness that I got from people over and over again. They're like, well, all you're doing is saying, how does your phone work? No, I'm trying to draw your attention to literal tech metrics. I don't know where my phone went. So that you understand how easy it is to log into you and make a change. So, how did we get to this point where all these good people in radio frequency, etc., that they don't know shit about what we're actually doing in the human body? And in order to explain all of this, I've had to
Spiritual
make a gazillion
warfare.
times. I've had to come back out here over and over again, and I've been trying to figure out why it is, there's my phone, that nobody else seems to know these things, okay? This is my great uncle's folder from Shepherd Air Force Base. I often also show his Aberdeen Proving Ground stuff. That's my little pink book, wherever it's hiding at the moment. And then I also go over his old notes with flux density notation with mercury and whatnot. Why? So that people understand that this has been going on for a really long time. So tell me how your phone works. When you click a button and you send an email, you don't see the email leave the phone. It's a wireless, invisible signal.
Facts.
Just like your body. It's a body part. So when I worked at UW Whitewater, for my job, I found IBM software that they alleged was
Like,
also
comment,
used
subscribe.
way back when Fauci and them wanted to get their shit off the ground for attacking the human immune system. Well, if you don't know that the human immune system is 80% your biofield, you called it the aura, you called it stupid. Yeah, I know. That's because 6,000 years of human telemetry, chiropractic, and the rest of it for your circulatory system just magically
Like,
disappeared.
comment, subscribe.
Nobody has any
Start
idea
reading a
what's
book,
going on.
people.
That
Read,
was 6,000
check up on
years of
these
the human
things, search
circulatory
these
system.
things
We call
out.
it chakras. Yeah, they call it aim and fire. 150 years ago, Aleister Crowley and people, yeah, nothing's real except what you can see. There is no